Liabilities exist in emergency management. The question of what is a liability depends on who has responsibility and for the monetary damage attributed to the liability or disaster. The liability has to exist, you have to have negligence. With regards to negligence, someone has to fail to perform or there's poor decision making and improper training, which is the cause of the negligence to happen. Liability law. For instance, to our case for what I'm going to later speak about the BP oil spill, is the 1851 Limitation of Liability Act. This states that the vessel owner has the right to limit its liability to the value of the vessel. This is a very key point, as without this, a lot of vessel owners would have gone bankrupt due to loss and liability of what occurred. This law has gone through a plethora of recent criticism, but yet it still remains in force. Deep Horizon Survivors Fairness Act, signed in 2011 by our Congress, was introduced to the Senate in the 112th Congress. This bill sought to amend the Limitation Liability Act to make an exception for personal injuries and wrongful death claims related to the explosion and destruction of the Deepwater Horizon drilling platform. But in regards to all liabilities, there is the Good Samaritan laws, which generally provide pretty much a basic legal protection for those who assist a person who is injured or in danger. Basically, for instance, if you help somebody whose ship has overturned and you help those passengers, you are not liable in situations such as those. These laws protect the Good Samaritan from the liability of unintended consequences resulting from their assistance. So be a good citizen. There are two types of liabilities: direct, which is when a person or entity is legally responsible for their actions or omissions, such as the BP Act, or vicarious liability, in which a person or entity is legally held responsible for their actions or omissions, like the federal government, where we're later going to speak about. There are various issues: failure to fulfill responsibility. BP, who is responsible for the lives lost, the wildlife effects, the financial implications for the citizens, the damage costs? Are they limited or shared by the U.S. government? Picture of the BP oil spill to illustrate how crazy this thing was. Who was responsible? British Petroleum was responsible, but where did their responsibility lie? The Oil Pollution Act streamlined and strengthened the EPA's ability to prevent and respond to oil spills, to where they have a fund was dedicated to cleaning up spills when the responsible parties are incapable or willing to do so. There were numerous failed attempts to clog the oil spill, which was an emergency management catastrophe. The governmental response was to hold BP liable, and the Justice Department led a lawsuit to recover over $18 billion, which was the highest total settlement ever. Total, BP has lost over $54 billion, and there have been numerous claims to help recover their liability losses and to help the Gulf recover. Thank you so much.